Welcome to Small Cap Recap, everyone. I know we were a little hot and cold this week and last week. We've just been like sick and ill, and we're surviving though.
Yeah, we are.
So I'd like to blame our recent little drought in profits on our illnesses. So like if we're healthy next week, we will be making a full comeback. For me personally, I'm just got a couple of fun announcements for everyone, and then we're gonna let Tui own this one because I did not place a single trade today. I have learned the hard way, and I'm sure some of you people can relate. Don't trade when you're sick. It doesn't matter if you're sick, you're just not feeling right, you got other stuff going on in your life. Just don't trade. I learned the hard way 2-3 months ago, like roughly when we first started small cap. I was sick, lost a bunch of money. This time around, I was sick, lost some money the first couple of days of this week. And then I was like, nope, we're not doing that anymore. So I took today completely off, which was refreshing. There were some good plays. Tui's going to go over them. Yeah, I'm just going to share the screen because I got to talk about something cool Bowen's doing. Bowen's got like this beta test going on. There's a link below. Make sure you click it. He posted a cool video on his Twitter about the software he's using for it on CRVS, how he saw it pre-market. Anyways, free to sign up beta test. Click it, check it out. Might be right for you. It's a pretty cool tool. Link in the description. And we're going to pass it off to Tui. Did you trade CRVS today?
I actually did, and I only made a couple $100 on it. So I traded it like basically like a dip and rip right out of the gates. That curl right up there. So I started in and like I think I had a 385 average. No, like before that big spike and massive pullback. Go back right there. And I sold half up at like 408, slammed back down and sold the other half at like 375, right around there, give or take. So only made a couple $100 on it. And I was, after that candle, I was actually way too scared to trade that again. I mean, that was a lot of volume. It held up, it held every level just fine. But I mean, I always say this, I made this a lesson kind of in small cap rockets today. When a stock can do that and does do it, you should expect that it can do it again at any other time throughout the day. That ended up working really well. I mean, it grinded, don't get me wrong, it just grinded all day, but had you used that low a day risk, you never would have gotten stopped out. I simply was too scared to get back in. It was a choppy one up till the very end of the day where it started having that nice little parabolic. But yeah, I only traded that out of the gates, so nothing too crazy. And, you know, same way with Matt, I'm sick too. And, you know, it's been definitely a rough week. I'm still kind of in my drawdown phase, but, you know, working on sizing down, building that consistency. So as we go over to the next ticker here, let's head over to IPHA. Traded it very scalpy, and it ended up working a lot better than I had anticipated, but played that dip and rip. I had a 789 average, sold into like 830. Yeah, no, very scalpy. Like, I mean, I was honestly, it sucks, but you know, that's part of the game. I was just kind of taking the quick pop, and especially after INDP the other day just really got crushed. It's scary. I didn't know if that was going to dry up the momentum in the market, and clearly it didn't. HLBZ obviously, you know, ripped pre-market from 9 up to like 18, and then throughout the day got to like 20, I think 25, 26. But I was trying to play it very cautiously. The action really hasn't been like clear and defined to me, so that's why I played IPHA as scalpy as I did. Happy with the way I played it. Locked in like 1700 there, and then SPIR got the secondary pop on it. If you pull up VWAP real quick, not that one. Oh wow, that popped on the other day there too. Right there, yeah, that consolidation right under VWAP. I had a 1270 average, I think 1275. Right through that break, sold up into the 1350s. And again, that seemed like a backside bounce to me, so I was trying to just play it for what it was. Respect, I mean, it held the risk levels again though. It was a really relatively thin one. Pull up that daily chart. Look how ugly that is. You want to see an ugly IPO? That's just a nasty chart.
Yeah, that's just tough.
It's like reverse consolidation now. It's like going out this way. So those were my CRVS. I didn't, you know, it wasn't a big one, but IPHA, SPIR, those are my two main wins today. Locked in $3,500 on relatively small size too, which was nice. You know, so that's, yeah, slow and consistent is what wins the race. That's what's going to build me out of this. And ideally, by the time I'm built out of this or worked out of this drawdown, like that's kind of when the market will start getting heated up again. learn the good habits, and then be able to use some size. That's kind of the goal. But like I said, right now, this market is choppy. Like there are a ton of opportunities, don't get me wrong, but you have to be very precise with your spots. Like if you chased CRVS, even really above 4, it's going to be tough. Like you weren't in the money until after 1 p.m. You know what I mean? Like you were a couple times, but not even to a full, if you're risking low a day, that's a tough one. You really got to pick the right spots, because you will get chopped up if you don't really respect your risk level. And let's be real, like a lot of these choppy ones, the risk level has been like kind of wrong too. It'll break through that risk level before confirming a new one. And yeah, you really got to pick your right spots here. And that's what I'm trying to learn in this market, just to really less trades, more precise executions.
That's well said. I didn't even look at a chart today, and it was tough out there, especially CRVS. I mean, all of them, they were just choppy, very choppy, and that makes it tough. So I know, what was it, IPHA? Like you scalped it, sold too early, but like that's the market we're in is so choppy. It's tough. You really got to be quick, and entries are very important right now, but also exits too. Like we get the one-off random runners, which I think makes everyone think like, oh, this is the next home run. But like for every one stock that runs, there's literally probably 50 that just pop, drop, and die. So it's very difficult out there.
Right. And the reason I personally said, like entries, it's really important because I'm right. And if you're playing this market relatively scalpy, you're going to sell into strength. So, but you can't sell the strength if you bought the strength. You know what I mean? So it totally does depend on your style. And that's right, though. If you're going for like, if you're more of, Matt, I know, especially the way you trade, especially that afternoon, like if you're buying dips, selling into that afternoon strength, that pop might not last as long as it does, as long as it would have used to.
Totally.
So yeah, it really is important if you're, the way I trade, lock into strength every time.
Absolutely. I think that's a good tip for everyone out there. And even if like that's not your style and you're more of like CRVS did trend nicely, but it was very choppy in between. And you just got to focus on, in those cases, the real key levels. Bryce mentioned that very briefly, like low a day. And it's still possible to trade that way. But you have to use like very significant levels. Otherwise, you're just going to get chopped out. It's a tough market out there. So I'm just going to tell everyone to keep their heads up. You typically September was my slowest month last year. I think I mentioned that. If not, I've been talking about it. I only made $2,000 in September in 2020. It was like $2,800, and I still managed to make like $600,000 that year or whatever. So like when the market's hot, you tune it up. When it's not, you focus. Bryce is doing it great, and I'm trying to do the same exact thing. Get back to the basics. Just install those good habits, and you'll be in a very good place if you're studying and doing all those things and putting in the work when it's slow. Because when it heats up, as it usually does every winter, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah. And one last thing I'll say here for those that are struggling right now, one thing that's been like really important for me is I got off of, when I was like really doing it really hot this summer, I wasn't really journaling nearly as much as I used to. And I started doing that again. And I found the one play that makes me money. It's got like 73% win rate right now. So it's like, well, if I can even just get a 1-to-1 on that, I'm profitable. So it's like, find that play that you're making money on and really work on cutting out the rest. And so I did today, and it worked, and it felt really good. It was never stressful. And, try it out. It can't hurt to journal. It can't hurt to learn a little bit more about yourself. Right.
Well said. All right. So check out that beta test, like, subscribe if you're new. We appreciate all of you. It is Friday, so enjoy your weekend. Get away from the screens a little bit, have some time with family, but don't forget to study and prepare, because Monday, they call it Money Monday for a reason. So make sure you have your plans, your watch list, and can't wait to see everybody Monday. So
we will see you guys back here on Monday. Don't you worry.
We'll be in the office. I'm determined. So cheers, everyone. Have a good one.
Peace out.
I hope you all enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching the whole thing and being part of the StocksTrade community. We wouldn't be here without all of you. So if you have not already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Our goal at StocksTrade is to reach 100,000 YouTube subscribers by the end of the year. So if you like the content we're putting out and you want to hear more, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.